So what we are going to explore today, it is about how Bogotá especially has changed. We are going to explore mostly Bogotá dishes. Most of them were not originally created here in Bogotá. They come far away because Colombia is a mixture, a melting pot of different cultures. There are like old indigenous tribes or peoples that actually disappeared, and people really don't know how they were. So for example, one of the saddest cases are the muiscas, because the number one, right now we have 115 indigenous tribes in Colombia. That means 115 languages. But something that we are going to explore today is that the indigenous part is not big. The big part of the food is Spanish. Why? Because they were wiped out because of the colonialism. So they were thinking that indigenous things were inferior, and they were not trying to rescue or blend. That blending happened naturally. However, we are going to take a look at many of the things, and they are mostly Spanish. That's what we are going to see. And we are going to start here in this marketplace.
That was so interesting.
Because we are going to find Colombian food in some places, because when I talk about Colombian food, I'm talking also about those 115 indigenous cultures. And that part of Colombia, we have two carbs normally in these lunches. You will see a piece of rice and also some spaghetti besides the rice, right? And then the piece of meat and some salad that most people don't eat.
Well, often because the meat is the most expensive. Not everybody had a pig to slaughter. You know, so the carbs are cheap. The rice is cheap. The spaghetti is cheap. So we say it like in the United States, if you're a vegetarian, it is a what's the word I'm looking for? It is a privilege. Thank you for giving me English words. Thank you. It is a privilege. It's your choice to be a vegetarian. All over the world, it is not their choice.
Hey, I'm Andres. I'm a professional in gastronomy, passionate about telling stories through food. So my main passion is about how deep is culture and food, and that's what I like to bring together. Chicha is a fermented drink normally, because what you just said, tortilla means two different things. Hola, doña Tere, ¿cómo estás? Hola. ¿Qué haces? ¿Cómo vas?
Bien,
Hola. This is doña Tere, and she has been making chicha since she was 10 years old, helping her grandmother, then her mother, and now she makes her chicha with her daughter.
Ah, mucho gusto.
And this is her graffiti.
Qué bonita.
Now she also created like a brand. ¿Puedo mostrarles una botella?
Y con su foto.
And this is her brand. You see? So it has like the graffiti and her photo. That's her.
Excelente.
Chicha, doña Tere. Okay, so chicha. Chicha is a word for different things, but for drinks, mostly fermented.
No lleva aguardiente, nada.
So she says that she doesn't add any aguardiente, because in some places they add some like spirits to make it stronger. So she says this is naturally just the corn and the panela.
But it ferments though. It's
this one is fermented. It's naturally fermented. But the chicha de maíz here in Cundinamarca, Boyacá, is made of maíz porba, which is a specific type of corn. What she does is
un animalito que se come el maíz.
So she says gorgojo. She says that she cooks that and then she grinds it. Once it is ground, she mixes that with water. She cooks that sometimes some people don't do. They just let it ferment when it is raw. And after that, she also adds some panela. Originally, the chicha was fermented with sugar from the corn. It was so sour because corn is not sweet for us. It has sugar, but it has big sugar, so it's not very sweet for us. Because chicha is a huge name in Peru. there are more than 40 types of chicha. If you want more, let me know.
Yes, okay.
Salud.
Salud. Salud, doña.
Salud, señor. Ahorita vino
Oh, muy bien.
Juliana.
la
Yeah.
pelada.
I get the citrus.
¿Cómo es
Citrus.
que llama ella?
But it's not so sweet. No, es más dulce. It's not like orange juice.
Yeah.
It's not that sweet. And the corn, I think, cuts the acidity, the acid. You know, it makes it a little smoother. Más sueño. Gracias. Más suave.
Sí.
No sueño, suave. No sueño. Es suave.
¿Está fuerte? No.
No, está perfecta.
Excelente. So it starts as whole food. It starts as a market. When did it go to cooking food?
So that's a very good question. So it started selling food, but when it was moved here, normally in all these marketplaces, there's restaurants too. So as soon as they built like the marketplace officially, they had also a place for restaurants.
So it wasn't just buy fruit, buy your food to para llevar, to take away, but then they start actually cooking here and serving here.
Yes, and that's the model of the marketplaces in Colombia. You have yeah.
Because Monday was holiday, right?
¿Qué le puedo ayudar?
In most marketplaces, we are going to find the same type of regional food. Sería lo mismo de los dos ajiacos, por favor.
¿Dos ajiaco?
Sí, así con los tres placitas, por favor.
Okay.
Entonces, you go to Palo Quemado, you go to Cartagena's Basurto, and you will find all the food places selling the same type of food, Caribe food, Cundinamarca food. But here is very interesting because you are going to find different regions in one place. In this corner, later we're going to go, we're going to find there's only food from Huila. She is from the Pacific region. The Pacific region is very interesting, very interesting. And for me, it has one of the best food, even better than Cartagena and these places. It's very interesting. Yeah, it is underrated.
Because Cartagena is Caribbean.
Yeah.
So one side of Panama or the other.
Or the other side of Panama.
Yes.
Exactly. Hogao, the base sauce in Colombia, tomato, onion, and garlic, with sometimes thyme or bay leaves. So that's the Pacific coast. Over there, we're going to have the Caribbean coast. Later, we're going to see. That is Cartagena. This is a whole world. It's closer, way closer to Venezuela, Puerto Rico, Cuba than Bogotá. Bogotá people, they feel Costeño people are another person. Costeño people feel Bogotá people is a different person. It's not from the same country. Because Colombia is a country of countries, many countries.
So it's one country, but many countries of food.
Yes.
I understand. This is this the national dish of Colombia, would you say? Or the most popular?
No national dish in Colombia. Because Colombia is Colombia is a country of countries. Yeah? So no national dish. ajiaco santafereño is the regional dish from Bogotá and around and surroundings.
So what's usually in it? What are the ingredients?
So, three types of potatoes, chicken, huascas, corn, and sometimes inside they put a piece of onion to provide flavor, but it's not based on broth. So it's not like well, first of all, in Colombia we don't have the concept of broth like in France, like the one that you have in France. It has capers, normally outside, cream. This plantain is put here in this place, in this marketplace. This plantain normally never goes there. It has the avocado and of course rice. The first time we heard about ajiaco, not with the name but about this preparation, was in Cuba. It comes from the Caribbean coast because it is the mixture between the indigenous people that had a broth with a lot of carbs and the Spanish people that came with the idea of slow cooking stews. Sorry.
It's very thick. It's not a broth. Like, I would say a broth would be very thick. Like
Yeah.
you could drink a broth. This is very thick.
They just put everything inside, and ajiaco is never a broth. It's the technique of ajiaco is very thick because of the carbs, the potatoes, always thick.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's got the same consistency as the chicha.
yeah, always thick.
Let's try it. Oh, it's good.
So the idea is that you try that without anything, and then you put everything inside. As you try, I'm going to explain this. So this soup was for rich people in Bogotá, not for the working class. That's why they try to make it special with all these little things.
Wow. Yeah. All right.
This.
Let's eat. Let's try.
And you move them around to provide flavor. And then for those that like this, you're going to, people put rice inside. And then a little bit of avocado.
So you can make it the way you want it.
Yeah. So normally it's big, but today they they finish the head. So it is not that they have the pig and they stuff it with things. Now they buy the skin. They have the rice with pork cooked peas, with yellow peas. Here is maybe hard to find, but that's very important for this lechona. And different cuts. In this case, they do it with ham, with ham and tenderloin, because they want a dry lechona. But you could do it with, for example, what they call arm, that has a lot more fat, or with ribs, and it would be like a very greasy lechona. So it depends on the meat. It's just the skin with layers. So it has the skin. They put a layer of rice and pork cooked peas, split peas, seasoning. That is the key. It is not that indigenous people create, like the Colombian or the Venezuelan people created this, because this is so basic. As soon as you have corn and you have some years to grind it and few months to mix it with water and create flatbreads and put it on a hot rock or somewhere, you have an arepa. But there are many. There's arepa de huevo, that is from Cartagena. There's arepa quesuda from Boyacá. There's this arepa that is very plain to balance the flavors of the lechona. there's the arepa venezolana that is stuffed. So the main difference between Colombian arepa and Venezuelan arepa is that basically the Venezuelans have this arepa and they stuff it with different things.
Okay, so the lechona is not just like in the U.S. we have pork barbecue, you would say, and it's just the pig. The lechona is rice and peas and layers of other ingredients cooked together. So lechona is not just pork, it's not just pig, it is a dish that's created with the...
So lechona, it's the skin of the pork, of a big pork, stuffed with rice, split peas, and seasoning in the meat.
You can smell the fruit from here.
Yeah, this is an experiment. I don't know if you want me to put some of this.
Oh wow.
This is an experiment, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be delicious. Oops,
You're
sorry.
right, it's not greasy. It's nice and dry and tasty. With a little bit of crispy bits and... Oh yeah. There you go. This makes it taste a lot more tropical.
Yeah.
And then you have the chilies that you put on it. And then that contrasts with the sour fruit. This is some of the best I've ever tasted. Fantastic.
So Bogotá is a city of culture. You are going to find every day a lot of theater, free theater plays, people talking about history or different cultural practices. You just have to know where to go. But every day, even Sundays, there are a lot of things going on. And this is the Independence Park. Here we are going to see mostly eucalyptus and wax palms. Eucalyptus were brought from Australia to drain the water because you see Bogotá is big and flat because it was a lake thousands of years ago. Yeah, it was a very old lake. Then something happened, probably an earthquake, and all that water went through some rocks in the south, creating a valley with many swamps. As there were so many swamps, the Spanish people wanted to build on top of those and couldn't. So they just brought more and more eucalyptus to drain the waters. It created a huge problem, and there were many rivers. Now there are not a lot of rivers. Normally Bogotá, and especially downtown, is full of competitors next to each other. So imagine this street having 7 theaters, movie theaters, one after the other, and people coming from all Bogotá to watch the movie. But later, the big malls were built, and because of security reasons over time, people prefer to go. People in Colombia love the mall, to go to the mall because they feel safe and they feel that they can take out the phone. Yeah. So those malls drew away the people from here too, and they just decayed and they became porn movie theaters. This is the last porn movie theater from that time. I don't know. So here we have a breakfast. Most people think tamales are for dinner or lunch. It's a breakfast in Colombia. This is specific tamal. In Colombia, we have regions. So no one tamal represents all Colombia. This tamal represents this Cundinamarca and the south, Tolima. That's why it's called Tolimense. But many people from Tolima migrated to Bogotá bringing this tamal. But tamales are way older. They started in Mesoamerica with the Mexica, with the Aztecs, and it means wrapped in. Excuse me, can I borrow one of these? So, many things are tamales. Many things that are a tamal have other names, like ajiaco in Venezuela or envuelto in Colombia. But tamal is a technique, it's not one specific dish. A technique that first of all has one wrapping of a leaf. So for example, in this case we have the plantain leaf. It is different than many other techniques in which you just carry the things, because this is cooked within the leaves. So the leaf protects this, serves as a way to transport this, and also provides a lot of flavor. It provides a lot of the color too. Inside we have the masa. The leaf is a lot of African influence. Let's remember that plantains were brought from Africa. They are not originally from Africa, but they took a huge development in Africa. So African people here started developing the technique of using banana leaves. The masa, indigenous. In this case, it's mostly rice, but originally it was mostly corn. But Bogotá people love rice. And inside the stuffing is Spanish. The indigenous people didn't use the stuffing to put things inside an arepa, it was on top, or something simple. But the Spanish people brought the idea of putting things inside that they adapted from the Romans. And of course it has also Spanish ingredients such as chicken, that is Asian but the Spanish people brought, pork, that is Asian but the Spanish people adopted because it was a weapon, because those that didn't eat pork were either Jewish or Muslims and they didn't want them there. So it was weaponized. And peas from the Mediterranean, but now grown here. So please, let's start. When you are walking, some people are stressed out thinking about problems. But if you are walking and learning a language, describing. So the hot chocolate. This hot chocolate is not just cacao. It is a mixture of corn, because it is from the indigenous people in Mexico that makes the corn, the ground corn, with chocolate, with water, and chili. This one doesn't have the chili because the Spanish people took it away. And the Spanish people arrived and they were like, wow, this has potential, but they need something. Let's try it with eggs. They put eggs inside. They didn't like it. Not most of them, some people. So they did the version that really became the favorite was with milk. Then they took it here. Even though cocoa beans come from the Amazon. That's the origin of cocoa beans, cacao beans. If they were taken to Mexico, they created a hot chocolate and Spanish people brought it back in the way of this type of chocolate. And for some historians, cheese was something only for rich people. So when enslaved people or people that were working there could get some cheese, they would be punished, or they would be like asked why they took the cheese. So they started hiding it inside the hot chocolate or whatever drink they were getting.
So they couldn't be seen with cheese because they would have thought they stole it.
Yeah. So we just wait until it becomes a little bit soft. It's not gonna melt because this is a queso campesino. It's very fresh. It's from this week, for example. So please.
It's. I would have thought everything would be steamed in the leaf, but what Andres is telling us is that things are par cooked individually, put in, and to me it's got a really kind of paella quality to it, which would kind of make sense with the Spanish influence. There's some cumin in there, yellow rice. It's just really, really good. And then there's the one item that I think I was looking forward to the most before I came to Colombia, and this is the chocolate con queso, which is a bit of cheese that we put in the hot chocolate. Not quite melted yet. But the chocolate is different. It's not just cacao. It's maize also, some maize in here. I put a little bit of chili in it as well to give it kind of a little spice. But if I take a piece of cheese and the cocoa, probably no different than putting cream in your cheese or in your hot chocolate or cream in your coffee. It's just another way to do it. And what our tour guide was telling us was that cheese was very dear. Cheese was, you were a rich person if you had cheese. So if poor people got a hold of cheese, they had to hide it. Otherwise it would be thought that they stole it. And they wound up hiding it in their hot chocolate.
What does it taste like? What does it taste like?
The cocoa is not as sweet as you might think in North American cocoa. The cheese makes it a little bit salty as well and creamy. So where I just made the comparison of cream in your hot cocoa, I think this is a little bit different because it's a little salty. I'm trying to get a piece of cheese. There we go. The cheese makes it a little bit saltier, which puts that extra kind of aspect onto the cocoa. That's different.
So, you see this coffee bloom, right? This means, when you see all these bubbles, that it was roasted earlier than a month. Because the earlier, the more bubbles you are gonna get. That this is CO2 produced during the roasting. And that CO2 is gonna change the flavor of coffee. That's why he's so soft. He goes very soft at the very beginning to get the most out of the CO2 out of the coffee. Because if he pours everything real quick, you're gonna get a lot of CO2 inside, and that's gonna change the coffee. So if you don't wait 3 weeks at least after roasting, that coffee is gonna have a lot of CO2 and it's gonna have a different flavor that is not the one that you desire. About the smells, the notes. When he does that turbulence, it bounces, it incorporates more air, it provides balance. Now it put more or less different figures, all to have the right balance between the main flavors that are not aromas. One thing is flavor, another thing is aroma. So the flavors are bitterness, sweetness, acidity, saltiness, and umami. Espresso is efficiency. It's to take the industrial revolution to put an engine that will steam the coffee and do it as quick as possible to get a really good product, but quick.
Yeah, there we go. I think that's good.
I could go closer, that way I could do better.
Yeah, you can. What's the feeling?
You're good.
Wow! That was very close.
It's a good one. There you go.
Yeah!
I think the camera should.
It's like cats. It's beautiful.
I think I shook the camera on that one. That scared me. Even though I knew that's how it was gonna be.
You know, it was kind of, I get that. You put a spin. You put like a spin on it. That's
yeah.
a little soft. Right on line. Yeah, the weight of the disc will do it.
Yeah.
You don't have to throw real hard.
See, this reminds me a little of what's the cornhole that everyone's obsessed with.
Explosive cornhole.
Explosive cornhole.
Oh, I like that.
Crowd is forming now.
Placing bets.
Oh, really
so
close.
Oh, that's Clay.
Oh, Sejo! It's on camera. And for the indigenous people, el mambeo, it is a way to be in the present moment and to start thinking about decisions to take, to solve things, or just to listen. Most people, for example, join in tables and they start talking between them and just discussing topics. For indigenous people, discussion is not good. So most indigenous people, you are not going to see them say, no, but I don't think it's like that, it's more like this. They say that that's more from Western culture. So in that culture, we take a meal. A meal is a paste of tobacco. They boil these tobacco leaves for a long time, sometimes 2 days, and they do a ritual of not sleeping, looking at the fire, looking at the boiling of that without sleeping. Doing mambe, that doesn't allow people to, I mean, it's an energizer because it has 14 types of alkaloids, the cocaine. One of those is the cocaine, but it has other 13 alkaloids. This will extract a little bit of that alkaloids, of those alkaloids. You take a little bit like this. You put it inside. You take a little bit of this, not a lot, and then without putting the leaves there. And then people just talk with other. You will feel numbed, a little bit numbed. And now I will check for the teeth. Materially, but also spiritually. That it serves for many people a purpose of ritual and something different than just getting this to feel satisfied, but also as a way to heal or like amazing. Because most people don't see this as just whatever, like I focus on but as amazing.
Yeah, like closer to spiritual.
So, gulupa, a type of passion fruit because the other one you got it with lechona. Dragon fruit, the cactus fruit, the tree tomato, family of potatoes, tomatoes, and lulos, and the lulo. So we are not gonna eat the skin, we are just gonna eat the pulp. So please, let me give you some spoons. We're interested. Good.
Tart, sweet, and crunchy. Which fruit is this?
Gulupa.
Ulupa. Ulupa. Tart, sweet, crunchy. Lulu.
Lulo or naranjilla. And
Sour, but like orange. Like a sour orange.
and a little bit of kiwi.
Yes. Yeah. This is dragon fruit.
Yeah, the yellow dragon fruit from the Caribbean, because normally you guys know pink dragon fruit, and that's from Mexico and Central America. That one is way more delicious than the pink.
Oh yeah. Almost like an apple. Like it's mild, sweet, not tart, more like an apple kind of taste.
Than this one. Oops. Oh my god, I just made it. But this is the other type of passion. I broke it in the worst way ever.
Crunchy seeds. A little bit slimy. And at the end, a little bitter. All things I've never tasted before. Lastly, ¿qué es esto?
Fruit tomato.
Ah, the fruit tomato that we saw. So you've been carrying these around all day,
Yeah.
waiting for this moment.
Exactly.
Except for when we put it on the lechon. That was
Yes.
really good. Oh my God.
You say it's underrated. Most you don't know. You didn't see this in a nice restaurant,
No.
and it should be.
It should be, you're right. Because it does have that element of tomato, kind of earthy, but it tastes like citrus also. It's confusing my mind and taste buds at the same time. This is really something. This is the most unique.
And it's only found in the cheapest restaurants, as the cheapest juice.
Wow. Tree tomato.
It's really good.
4 fruits that I hadn't thought of, I hadn't tasted. You know it's good when it runs down your palm. Outstanding. Thank you.
No problem. You're welcome. Thank you for joining the tour.
Way more than I expected. It's just you're the depth of your knowledge, that you speak about it so freely. So I mean, it's obviously a part of you. It's a part of your soul. You didn't read about it and this afternoon and then talk about it. This is what you live. Wow. Thank you.
No, thank you.
I'm proud to have been part of this. It's really something.
Thank you. I've learned a lot. Way a lot with you.
Okay,
Thank
good.
you very much. Different perspectives.
Always. Like I said, when you teach, you learn, and when you teach, you give of yourself. And I think there's a special place for teachers.
Thank you very much. Here in Colombia, gastronomy means the 4 fields of food. What would be those? So culinary art, the one that I explained, history and anthropology of food, so where food comes from and the meaning for the people that dish has. In food science, so that's all the scientific knowledge behind those foods. So it is the whole understanding of your body and how it interacts also with food. And finally, business management. We, historians, anthropologists, journalists, that are passionate about teaching these things more than for money, because we love this. We teach stories about, in this case, Bogotá, through the best food in the best places where they are cooked.